Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Peter and today I want to talk about, do we naturally have the tendency towards violence and blood, or is this conditioning? Have we been conditioned to accept this? What do you think? Well, when you really focus on what the human being is, we are obviously a biological entity, but on each cell now, biology is telling us, the science behind biology is now telling us that each individual cell has its own unique antenna on it. So it's actually receiving information, which is why transplants don't always work with each other. So it's getting the closest match of this energy that's been beamed into the body that will accept each other. That's where the transplants come from. So we are not actually these physical bodies, we have these higher energies coming down into us. So do you feel that if you've got higher energies coming into you, that you would have this propensity to be violent and lust blood? I don't think so. I mean, we have these abilities to be violent. We've got the lower chakras, like to fight for our security and fight for our domains if we're down in that lower levels. And obviously being subjected to those lower levels, like TV, there's a lot of violence on television. TV producers really do put amazing amounts of violence on television, and if you detox from it for a little while and then you get back into watching it and you see it, it's actually quite shocking. You go, whoa, this is too much, it's too much. And also with the wildlife documentaries where you're showing animals tearing each other apart, seems to be, well, it was definitely when I was younger, a great habit of TV producers putting that kind of imagery onto the TV screens. Now the question is that a natural inheritance of us, or is it conditioning? I would put my hand up and say that was conditioning. The games now, the video games that we have, it's all about shoot 'em up. The films we watch, it's all about shoot them up. When you watch a film that's really uplifting, which is what I'm more into now, a film like The Shack, if you can get past the religious connotations of it, it's a wonderful self-exploration of yourself, which is what spirituality is actually turning in on yourself and finding yourself, and then sending that out into the world, which is your true self coming down into you, your higher senses, your higher sensibilities. And we all have that inside of us, all of us. Even the most violent, vile person on the planet has these higher energies that will come down, but you can cut them off, and it does get blocked. And a lot of that is blocked by fear. So if you're watching violence on the television and you're listening to the mainstream media, which is riddled with fear, 95% of it is all about fear. Bang, bang, condition, 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 condition. You will get this inside of you. You will start to not raise up, which is what we should be doing, empowering ourselves to be better human beings and receiving this energy. So does this all really enhance what we do to animals in this world? I don't think I've ever met any human being who says that what happens in slaughterhouses is good. And especially now, the way they're doing or producing chickens and pigs and cows, goodness me, it's getting worse and worse and worse. I don't think anybody, I've never met any meat eater who actually agrees with that. They don't like it at all, but they don't actually agree with it or what's happening. So is that human nature coming out, showing us that no, this is not right, this is what's going on here? And also it's becoming now the treatment of other human beings. A human being can look at another human being as either a product, or have commercial value, a slave, or how can they be exploited? Now where's all that come from? Is that from the conditioning of the violence on the television, the conditioning of the violence we see around us now, so that we feel that we're in this Darwinian nightmare of human beings fighting with each other for what we deserve? This is crazy, absolutely crazy. And it's all to do with conditioning. So if you're watching lots of violence on the television or in the films that you watch, check yourself, check yourself. I think there is space for it. Obviously, I'm not saying ban anything, because I think we should have a broad spectrum of everything that we can experience on this 5 sense reality, because then you can start to check your thoughts, observe your thoughts, because we all have the dark thoughts, we all have the dark shadow side within us, and we all need to recognize that and deal with it in whatever way that we can. But it's tapping into your true self, your real essence, what's being beamed into you, and this is really becoming biological facts rather than just a spiritual notion that we are being beamed in, and we are just transmitters, receivers and transmitters of information in our biological body. This information that comes in and we experience and give out, if you're good, give it out, is energy doesn't get destroyed, so it's got to go somewhere. So there are memories there that you're forming as a spiritual entity, which is incredible. So if you're just sitting here in this material world watching violence on television, thinking this is all okay, the slaughterhouses are completely abusing animals, other human beings completely abusing other human beings on this planet, people who think they're above everybody else, sitting there on top of this world, looking down and treating us like complete morons. And we're going along with it. What's the matter with everybody? We're going along with this, and now I think more than ever the veil is being lifted up, and people are saying, hang on a minute, what's this guy doing here? Who's this computer software guy actually now telling me about health? What's he trying to do to try and get a new product out to all of us, which is not really his field, and computers wasn't his field in the first place. Really, it was handed to him by IBM, if you do the research, and his father, who was high up in the eugenics field. All of a sudden he becomes the guru in the health market. Anybody knows, we have our natural immune system. It starts with the mouth, and your tonsils are actually receivers of information which tells the body, this is coming, do something about it. So you get your natural immune cells coming in. So I'm not against any of these vaccinations that help your immune system, but they should be done orally, because it doesn't bypass the natural systems of the body. To inject it straight into your arms, craziness, absolute craziness, because you're going past the natural immune system of the body straight into the inner workings of the body, and the body doesn't know what to do with it half the time. So, well, most of the time I should say. So that is insane, absolutely insane. And this whole agenda to do this across the world to over 7 billion people is also insane. So has that really made us not look at what's going on? Has all this violence and on television, and all this violence we see in the world, and all this violence and hatred towards animals and other human beings, has this all detracted us to try and keep ourselves safe so that we don't see the bigger picture? I think so. And I think many, many more people are starting to see that. So it's really connecting with yourself. Be good to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself in the best way that you possibly can, and accept your perfect imperfections, because we all have them, and accept your character faults, because we all have them, and just see that you are a masterpiece, but you are a masterpiece in formation. You are being formed as you go along your life. You're starting to create what you want rather than it being created for you. Really, really important points. So if you are watching a lot of TV with a lot of violence, really start to check that. Think about what you're doing with your life, because it really does condition you down into the lower energies of the body. We call them the lower chakras in our practice, where you're in survival mode. You're looking for safety, you're looking for security all the time. You're worried about what's coming next. And this is a position where we cannot open our hearts, open up our intuition and wisdom, and see a better world, a visionary world that we can all start to move towards. And the problem is with all of this stuff, it polarizes us, pulls us apart. So I'm here, you're here, and we're being pulled and pulled apart because of different opinions in religion, race, politics. All of it starts to pull you apart, apart. And when you realise actually we're all having the same experience, and we're all beaming in to have this experience, this biological body, amazing for what it is. 5 trillion, 500 trillion activities happening in it all the time. Incredible piece of technology, the most sophisticated technology on the planet, but it's just a vehicle that we're experiencing this 5 sense reality through, and tapping into these higher sources will help us. So too much television violence, too much violence in your life, try and cut it all out. Veganism is really a fantastic way forward. That helped me to start to realise that actually, yes, I do love myself, that I want to put the best things into my body that I possibly can. When you realise that every cell in your body has like a gate and receptors on that gate, and it wants to let good things and bad things, well, let good things in and bad things keep it out. If you keep continually putting bad things into your body, what do you think those cells are going to do? You're going to wear them out quicker. Your telomeres will start to wear out a little bit quicker. So it's really important for you to see what you put in, even through your eyes, to your body, is how you live your life. And I want you to live your life well. I don't want this, none of this. But it's important to talk about and think about, and for you to bring it up in conversation. Please leave a comment if you think you have something to add to this, because I would love to hear that. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Sarang Hamida.